The new photos in my phone are from corners I never visited. Each arrives with perfect EXIF lines in plain words, as if a librarian translated the numbers. The angles feel like a polite stranger who understands my day better than I do. Entry 1, Monday, early spring. First thumbnail. I woke to a new photo in the gallery. It showed the lobby at Cedar Lane Apartments from the height of the mail slots. The image was steady and kind. It caught the chalk dot on the doorframe at hopeful height and the bell above it. In the corner of the screen, the EXIF read in words, late morning, lens 28mm, shutter 1/50th, ISO 800, white balance honest. I had been upstairs at that time. David Blackwood confirmed he saw no one holding a phone near the slots. Machines remember angles we forget, he said, and bled the radiator as if the building had cleared its throat. Entry 2, Tuesday, after rain, Willowbrook reflection. A second photo appeared while I was walking home. It showed Willowbrook Café from outside, rain on glass, cups in warm light. The EXIF line read, afternoon, focal length 35mm, exposure 1/40th, hand steadied by patience, color tone cinnamon. Tom Aldridge wiped the window with a cloth that prefers circles. Who took it? I asked. Tom shrugged. Maybe the street did, he said. He poured tea without sugar. The cup fogged and then forgave. Entry 3, Wednesday, near dawn, step 17. The third photo came before sunrise. It looked up the main stair where the plaque insists there are 17. The shot framed the pause that feet call the 18th. No faces, only rails that learned hand warmth over years. EXIF read, stair landing, lens 24mm, breathing counted 4 in and 6 out, tripod none, intention pause. I touched the chalk dot and counted kindly. The lobby bell answered with 2 notes that sounded like agreement. Entry 4, Thursday, late morning. The bell. A fourth image showed the small bell near the frame. The rope looked like a sentence that ends correctly. EXIF. Late morning. Sound captured as 2 notes. Volume kind. Reason consent. I rang the bell twice as an experiment. The elevator opened in the rhythm of the notes. No name needed. The phone saved a tiny audio clip with the image. The tone made the day behave for 2 extra minutes. Entry 5, Friday, after the tram. Post office. The post office clerk stamped received while the 5th photo captured her wrist in midair. EXIF. Late afternoon. Focus on lighter wrist. Stamp circle friendly. Intent blessing not verdict. She laughed at the description and stamped my envelope again with less force. Your camera writes better than most forms, she said. Entry 6, Saturday, market morning. The corner board. A photo recorded the community board outside Willowbrook. Cards overlapped like modest flags. The top card read, read twice. Then read without yourself. EXIF. Market hour. Focal length 50. Wine patient. Pushpins called tomatoes by David. The marker stroke looked fresh. The marker squeaked while I read, as if approving my eyes. Entry 7, Sunday, before dawn. Hotel lobby cousin. The hotel on Ashford glowed like a well-mannered lantern. The photo showed the tray labeled before forms. EXIF. Hour before sun. Lens 35mm. Hospitality present. Order of operations water, then chair, then map. Celia Hart appeared behind the desk in the background blur, an outline only. She writes in kindness, not in pixels. Entry 8, Monday, earlier, night pharmacy. A photo of the night pharmacy drawer arrived at noon. The label read for when words are sharp. EXIF. Drawer open. Light gentle. Receipt printer calmed. Band reads not today. Marina Holloway held a paper band in real life as I looked at the image. It helps to see things twice, she said. She suggested I keep the camera. If it keeps behaving, make it a clerk, she added, and tied a tiny ribbon on my phone case. Entry 9, Tuesday, late afternoon. The map at the river. The next image stared down at the river wall from a height that felt slightly taller than me. EXIF. River light. Shutter 100th. Reason exhale. Comment the river stayed. There was a folded map on the stone. Someone had circled our block and written, lobby with rules that behave. I closed my eyes and let the sound of water stamp the day with a quiet circle. Entry 10, Wednesday, late. The empty chair. An image of the public chair by the panel appeared with the clarity of a simple tool. EXIF. Evening soft. Subject chair promoted to rehearsal. Use case breathe before sentence. A child crawled into the chair after the elevator ride and fell asleep with both shoes still tied. The camera did not take that picture. It respected naps. Entry 11, Thursday, after the tram, tomatoes. The gallery showed a close shot of David's tin of red pushpins. A small scratch on the lid looked like a bird. EXIF. Afternoon, macro attempt without pride. Corners made loyal. David tapped the tin and said, "Tomatoes keep paper honest." The phone vibrated once as if agreeing in Morse. Entry 12, Friday, early, the scarf. The blue scarf with the small moth bite returned to the board. The photo caught the bite like a birthmark that grew wise. EXIF. Morning, fiber blue wool. Temperature honest. Warmth promoted to minter. Someone had knotted the scarf to the hook gently. The knot told a story about hands that say please. Entry 13, Saturday, late, the apology. A new image showed 2 cups on the table at Willowbrook. 1 cup closer, 1 farther. Chair turned slightly outward. EXIF. Late. Apology rehearsed. Volume reduced. Laughter scheduled for after the sentence. I recognized the scene from an hour earlier. The apology had gone well. No one needed a transcript. Entry 14, Sunday, after midnight. First inversion. I thought the camera was invasive. It is organized. It does not gossip. It returns details better than memory, and it speaks in verbs. The EXIF is a librarian. It translates the day so I can file it under weather. Entry 15, Monday, early summer. The wrong angle. I finally saw a photo from behind my own shoulder. It showed my hands wiping the lobby glass in slow circles. EXIF. Window apology. Circle motion. Fingerprints forgiven. Person present but unnamed. I did not feel watched. I felt taught. The glass forgave faster after reading that line. Entry 16, Tuesday, midday. Manual for a camera that behaves. I wrote a small manual and pinned it near the board with 4 tomatoes. Manual for photos you did not take. 1. If an image makes you kinder, keep it. 2. If it tries to sell you a story, delete. 3. Read EXIF twice. Once out loud. Once without yourself. 4. File under weather when the lesson converts to habit. 5. If faces appear, retire the camera for a week. The marker squeaked on retire and then settled like a hinge that learned better music. Entry 17, Wednesday, windy. The tram ticket. A photo of a tram ticket appeared with a hole that read yesterday. The EXIF did not apologize. It said, punched in the past, used today, schedule learned. The driver took a paper copy of the image and taped it near the ramp lever. A reminder that time can be kind, he said. Entry 18, Thursday, library hour, margins again. The library received a photo of a margin note in a book about door etiquette. EXIF. Page light. Pencil voice measured. Advice hold as bridge, not as lecture. Anna Whitmore smiled at the phone. Metadata is just manners with tiny handwriting, she said. Entry 19, Friday, evening. The pocket rule. A photo of my pocket opened the set. Inside were a brass key tag for beginning again and a paper band that read not today. EXIF. Pocket weather. Lint local. Verbs ready. The camera had a sense of humor. I approved. Entry 20, Saturday, dawn. The photo that warned me. The first worrying image arrived at dawn. It showed the hotel elevator closed and 2 suitcases waiting with handles facing outward. EXIF. Early. Elevator prefers verbs. Guest tried names first. Second attempt scheduled. The timestamp in words matched a moment an hour ahead. The camera had begun to anticipate kindnesses not yet offered. Entry 21, Sunday, quiet. The door that would stick. A photo of the backstair door showed the hinge that tells jokes. EXIF. Hinge loud. Oil plus patience. Repair at noon. At noon, the hinge began to squeak again. David arrived with oil before it started because we had a picture that predicted the need. We laughed after the sentence and fixed the door before the complaint had learned to shout. Entry 22, Monday, earlier. The cup for later. An image of a clean cup at Willowbrook appeared with EXIF. Cup reserved for person who needs to hold something before speaking. Arrival in 1 hour. Tom placed the cup on the counter as if saving a seat for a sentence. The person came. They held the cup. They spoke. I watched the camera earn a dot in the bottom right corner of the thumbnail. The dot means employed. Entry 23, Tuesday, after rain. The quiet corner on Ashford. A photo of the corner near the post office showed the dry spot under the awning. EXIF. Shelter size 3 persons. Use it before thunder. Leave it cleaner than you found it. We chalked a small dot where people should stand to keep the sidewalk clear. The chalk learned to teach. Entry 24, Wednesday, dusk. The apology in transit. An image predicted an apology at the hotel lobby. EXIF. Owner of loud suitcase will say sorry for hallway at midnight. Give chair first, gather words later. Celia placed a chair near the desk and wrote a sign, continue. The apology happened on schedule and retired before it grew arguments. Entry 25, Thursday, library hour. The misread. A photo appeared of a person reading their name into the elevator panel, even though the rule prefers verbs. EXIF. Names upstairs later. Try again with need. Bell 2 notes. Silence valued. The image arrived 10 minutes early. We waited by the chair with the manual and a small cup. The day chose the simpler path. Entry 26, Friday, evening, second inversion. I believe the camera watched me. It watches for me. It is a clerk with good posture. It posts a note on the cork of time. Please stand here. The day will be lighter. I carry it like a map that has decided to be kind. Entry 27, Saturday, late. The counterfeit. A staged photo appeared once. Saturated colors. Big shadows. A tag in the corner that shouted mystery with 3 exclamation points. EXIF tried to be loud, but stuttered. It said, motive theater. The phone suggested delete. I obeyed. The gallery felt relieved after the deletion. Tom pinned a card at Willowbrook. No trophies. Tools only. Entry 28, Sunday, before dawn. The repair shop. The camera saved 4 images of the same hinge at different hours. EXIF. Early, oil needed. Later, humor reduced. Evening, job done. Night, quiet approved. The sequence read like a poem that chooses utility. David wrote thank you on the work order and added a tomato to the corner of the paper. Entry 29, Monday, leaf season. The map of enough. A photo showed a list on the cafe wall. The list said, open, serve, breathe, wipe, listen, continue. EXIF. Menu of verbs. Portions honest, sweetness later. We all felt full without needing dessert right then. Entry 30, Tuesday, late. The handoff. Celia sent me a picture of a photo that had also appeared on my phone. The same corner, same time, same EXIF in words. Our devices had started to share a file drawer labeled weather. We were becoming a small network of calm evidence. Vignettes, photographs that opened hours. A child's hand near the elevator panel. EXIF said. 2 notes then quiet. Lesson retained. The post office line from waist height. EXIF. Q learned to behave like a river. No elbows against the shore. A bus stop bench with room for one more. EXIF. Kindness measured in inches. Citizenry practiced. A stack of books on the library desk. EXIF. Margin spoke. Penciled note reads hold as bridge. The night pharmacy glass. EXIF. Breath clouds forgave fingerprints. Receipt printed pause. Our lobby chair. EXIF. Rehearsal scheduled. Performance canceled. Relief present. Manual. Reading EXIF out loud. 1. Replace numbers with words your mouth can say calmly. 2. If the line reads intention, honor it. If it reads apology, provide a chair. 3. Translate exposure into story. 1/50th becomes do not rush. 4. Translate focal length into distance. 35 becomes stand kindly close. 5. If white balance reads honest, try to match it. Casebook, small mysteries with decent endings. Case 1, the missing spoon. The gallery showed a spoon under a napkin on table 3 at Willowbrook. EXIF, spoon hiding. Wants to return, provide compliment. We return the spoon with a note. Good at stirring without speeches. Resolution, objects appreciate manners. Case 2, the sideways stroller. A picture showed a stroller turned in the elevator. EXIF, rotate before doors. Patience avoids choreography. The parent learned the dance. Stroller and elevator became friends by the second ride. Case 3, the urgent email. The phone displayed my desk with the file open and EXIF. Send later, eat first. I ate. I sent later. The reply I received the next morning was kinder than it would have been at night. Case 4, the door knock. A photo captured a hand near my door at a late hour with EXIF. Do not answer. Neighbor will return at morning with softer purpose. I did not open. Morning arrived with a note that read, "Sorry for the noise." The knock had downgraded itself to a message. Case 5, the winter entry. An image of the vestibule showed melted snow like quotation marks by the mat. EXIF, salt before opinions. Mittens jar full, winter rehearsed. We salted. Nobody argued. Floors thanked us by staying quiet. Entry 31, Wednesday, early, the bell choir. We tried singing the 2 notes softly before pressing the button. The camera recorded hands relaxed on straps and bags. EXIF, chorus functional, harmony neighborly. Elevator opened on time. The car loves music that behaves. Entry 32, Thursday, during laundry, fabric language. A photo looked into a dryer door. Socks made a constellation. EXIF, orbit gentle, static low, colors honest, claim pairs when ready. Laundry became less confrontational. I wrote a small tag, for letting chores be rooms, not trials. Entry 33, Friday, market again, the coin. The gallery caught a coin traded between kids for a paper flower. EXIF, value measured in attention, contract smiled. Contracts can be sweet if they are small and precise. Entry 34, Saturday, afternoon. The window that forgives. The camera loved glass. Another image taught the circle motion again. EXIF, apology enacted, view restored, fingerprints retired to weather. I admire tools that teach without scolding. Entry 35, Sunday, evening. A postcard on the counter. A photo of a postcard read, "Your street has rules that prefer kindness." EXIF, stamp lighter wrist. Clerk approved. Message traveled as intended. The clerk waved her hand like a conductor who respects rests. Entry 36, Monday, early autumn. The index. Anna made a card catalog for EXIF lines she admired. She wrote them on cards and filed by verb. I read the drawer labeled continue. It felt like a bench for people who are not done yet. Entry 37, Tuesday, errand hour. The elevator's patience. The camera filmed a tiny clip of doors waiting one extra breath. EXIF, patience taught. Credit given to bell 2 notes. Applause withheld. I like when machines earn compliments without needing a ceremony. Entry 38, Wednesday, storm. Outage. The power failed for 2 hours. The phone saved one long exposure of candles in jam jars. EXIF, shutter very slow. Neighbors counted. Steps 17 respected. Stairs generous. We moved with care, which is the only speed that matters during storms. Entry 39, Thursday, gentle. The almost name. The gallery froze on my mouth as I began to say my name to the panel. EXIF, withdraw name. Offer need. Ring twice. Continue. The doors opened after I said home. The phone hummed once, like a reminder that I am learning. Entry 40, Friday, hotel lobby. Cousins again. Celia sent an image of the tray before forms with the EXIF. Guest recognized as verb. Names upstairs later. Water first. Her lobby has become a school for arriving. Our devices are pen pals who exchange policy. Entry 41, Saturday, quiet block. The chair's graffiti. Someone wrote a tiny pencil word under the chair's seat. Aloud. The camera loved it. EXIF, permission is a civic muscle. Chair agreed. I rubbed the word with my thumb and let it stay. Entry 42, Sunday, just before dawn. Third inversion. I thought the gallery was about proof. It is about rehearsal. We practice kindness. We practice waiting for the bell to finish. We practice counting the pause after step 17. Photos are sheet music for days. Entry 43, Monday, neat. Punch list. I wrote a punch list and photographed it on purpose to see the line in EXIF. The phone replied, list received, verbs aligned, corners pinned. I love a tool that answers like a colleague. Entry 44, Tuesday, late, another warning. A photo predicted a lost child's mitten near the river path. EXIF, check the railing at dusk, place on post. Owner will return. I placed the mitten where the image suggested. At dusk, a parent arrived, relieved. The camera earned another Entry 45, Wednesday, noon. The day without photos. The gallery stayed quiet. No images. No hints. We kept the habits anyway. At night one line appeared without a picture. You do not need me every hour. I respected the boundary. Entry 46, Thursday, season shift. The blue scarf retires. A picture showed the scarf folded in a drawer labeled rested at Willowbrook. EXIF. Job complete. Mothbite honored. Warmth remains curriculum. I closed the drawer like a book that did its work. Entry 47, Friday, afternoon. The soft apology. An image of two hands near the bell arrived with EXIF. Apologize first. Ring after. Speak slowly. The talk went well. We pinned a card that read victory without winners. The marker squeaked like a hinge that supported a quiet parade. Entry 48, Saturday, flower day, bread. Bread loaves cooled on a rack in the cafe window. EXIF. Crust listening. Crumb patient. Slice after rides. Bread is the punctuation of a day that went well. Entry 49, Sunday, evening, windowsills. The gallery noticed dust and left a photo that read, circles again, then tea. I obeyed both. Dust agreed to stop making points. Entry 50, Monday, lighter wrist. Clerk again. The post office clerk waved my phone away. I trust the line, she said. Your EXIF made me a better stamp. We laughed after the sentence. Entry 51, Tuesday, chalk school, dots. Children redrew the doorframe dot and then added a second dot lower. The gallery wrote, access rehearsed, rule plural. We kept both. The lobby looked smarter in a quiet way. Entry 52, Wednesday, window, reflection. A photo from the height of the window sill showed my reflection without a face, only posture. EXIF, spine kinder, shoulders lower, name in pocket, verbs ready. I would like to keep that posture. Entry 53, Thursday, listening hour, choir again. We hummed the two notes softly and waited for the doors. The camera wrote, music accepted, doors working, applause withheld. I love when machines prefer competence. Entry 54, Friday, before closing. The list of favorite EXIF words. Honest, gentle, intent, pause, consent, continue. These make a day. Entry 55, Saturday night, the out-of-towner. A traveler tried to film the rule badly. The camera on my phone saved only the chair and the cup. EXIF, teach with objects, retire speeches. The traveler learned and left a thank you on a napkin. Entry 56, Sunday, river weather, boat. We folded a printout of an EXIF page into a small boat and set it on the river. The water read it. EXIF, current present, lesson carried, delete after use. We let the boat go. The day continued. Entry 57, Monday, the repair, technician. A technician checked my phone for mischief and found none. You have a good clerk, he said. EXIF, service finished, boundaries intact, privacy respected. We stamped received on the invoice with a lighter wrist. Entry 58, Tuesday, golden, the quietest image. At lunch, the gallery saved a single gray square with the line, you are doing it now. I took no picture. I ate and listened. The hour opened like a door that trusts hinges. Entry 59, Wednesday, soft rain, last inversion. I once thought technology tries to be a stage. This one is a tool. It helps me count breaths and chairs and bells. It learns the shape of kindness and suggests a frame. I plan to keep it until it retires to weather. Entry 60, Thursday, evening, closing. The final image today shows my hand pressing the elevator button. No name on my tongue. Two notes. Doors open. EXIF. Home. Continue. That is all I need. Final tag. Keep the picture. Become the verb. Appendix. Small dictionary for EXIF in words. Apology. Volume reduced. Chair offered. Conversation becomes a room. Balance. Color that matches truth. Tone that does not audition. Consent. Two bell notes. Doors cooperate. Distance. How far kindness should stand when listening. Focus. The right part of a moment receiving attention. Honest. White balance that prefers daylight. Speech that prefers plain. Intention. The verb inside the picture. Pause. The remembered step between 17 and the rest. Quiet. A tool that needs no battery. Return. When an object remembers its job and comes home. Weather. The folder where useful rules retire and keep working. Addendum. Long exposure, short speeches. Entry 61, Friday, lamp hour, the borrowed phone. Celia borrowed my phone during a rush and placed it on the counter like a clerk. It saved 3 images. EXIF. Water first. Chair before form. Map as kindness. Guests arrived as verbs, not as auditions. She returned the phone with a receipt that read, Behavior accepted. Entry 62, Saturday, early. The silent selfie. A self-portrait with no face appeared. Shoulders down. Mouth relaxed. Hands easy near the bell rope. EXIF. Posture improved. Name withheld. Breathing steady at 4 in and 6 out. I kept it as a mirror for mornings. Entry 63, Sunday, blue hour. The tram again. The gallery framed the tram stop lamp while rain behaved. EXIF. Shelter honest. Ramp announced kindly. Schedule respected. Yesterday forgiven. The driver waved. We waved back. Time felt less like a judge and more like a neighbor. Entry 64, Monday, midday. The meeting that ended. A photo showed a clock at Willowbrook with hands just before the hour. EXIF. End on time. Energy preserved. Applause unnecessary. We practiced ending. Ending is a door that opens to the part where people get to live. Entry 65, Tuesday, afternoon. The teacher's note. At the school on Cedar Lane. A teacher held my phone while we explained the EXIF dictionary. A picture of the whiteboard read, verbs first, names upstairs later, questions before assumptions. EXIF. Lesson absorbed. Chalk respectful, board pleased. The bell for class rang 2 friendly notes. Entry 66, Wednesday, dusk. The crosswalk. The camera crouched, somehow. It showed shoes waiting 1 polite step back from the curb. EXIF. Patience visible. Painted lines felt seen. Engines relaxed. Crosswalks enjoy courtesy more than signs do. Entry 67, Thursday, near candle hour. The tea. An image of tea without sugar caught steam like handwriting. EXIF. Rest in cup. First sip becomes advice. Second sip becomes weather. Tom said. Your camera is a poet who refuses to posture. Entry 68, Friday, late. Night pharmacy again. The receipt printer behaved. The drawer labeled for when words are sharp looked less full. EXIF. Calm administered. Dose enough. Tuesday's habit corrected. Marina tied a ribbon on the roll of paper with a flourish that did not audition. Entry 69, Saturday, river light. The lost glove. The camera saw a glove under a bench and wrote, leave note. Return at dusk. We left a note that read, glove waiting, and returned at dusk. The glove met its person. Reunions are quiet parades. Entry 70, Sunday, early autumn. The corner with tomatoes. A photo captured the lobby board with 4 new cards pinned low for shorter readers. EXIF. Access expanded. Corners given friends. Literacy encouraged. We keep learning that kindness is an architectural choice. Manual. Consent for cameras that behave. 1. Ask no faces. If a face slips in, blur with your thumb, then delete. 2. Frame objects that teach. Bells, chairs, cups, dots, rails. 3. Read the EXIF out loud when alone. Read it silently when with others. 4. Share only lessons, not people. 5. Stop if the phone feels hungry. Tools should not crave. Letters I did not send. To the person who thought this is surveillance, it is choreography. We practice safer steps. To the elevator, thank you for liking music that listens. To the chalk, keep being small and exact. To the tomato tin, corners are calmer because of you. Entry 71, Monday, warm rain. The umbrella choreography. A photo showed umbrellas shaking outside the door. The mat smiled in the picture. EXIF. Water obeyed. Floor grateful. Slips retired. We taped a small tag near the handle. Shake outside. The lobby prefers dignity. Entry 72, Tuesday, market. The price of enough. A cardboard sign in the camera said, pay with attention, add coin if you can. EXIF. Continue box satisfied. Community solvent and courtesy. We paid with both. Entry 73, Wednesday, noon. The spoon returns again. Another spoon attempted independence. The phone captured it near the sugar jar. EXIF. Sugar without spoon acceptable. Spoon belongs at table. Praise on return. We wrote good at stirring without speeches on a card and let the spoon read it. Entry 74, Thursday, library. Indexing verbs. Anna added new cards. File under apology. Chair. File under boundary. Later. File under return. With compliment. EXIF. Catalog breathed. Drawers made sense. Libraries comfort me because they practice fairness quietly. Entry 75, Friday, gentle wind. The stair rehearsal. A time lapse appeared. People paused on the remembered step. The building exhaled. EXIF, 17 recognized, 18th respected, music of feet improved. I whisper thank you to stairs now. They climb me back. Entry 76, Saturday, evening. The hotel key bowl. The camera saw a bowl of keys that opened nothing. Celia uses it as a sculpture about arrival. EXIF, keys for patience, for water, for map. Guests touched the bowl and felt brief responsibility, which is a good souvenir. Entry 77, Sunday, candle hour. The power flicker. Candles again. Jam jars again. Neighbors counting. We move well when the grid naps. EXIF, breath slow, voices low, chairs near. The phone hummed once, then fell silent as if respecting the dark. Entry 78, Monday, morning. The penknife. Mr. Merrick from the key shop sharpened our marker tip. The camera saved the shavings like confetti from modest rules. EXIF, squeak improved. Letters smaller. Orders kinder. He said, small is believable. Entry 79, Tuesday, blue hour. The map of better light. A map on the cafe wall marked where morning light lands and when to move plants. EXIF, rotate pots. Praise leaves. Water before lecture. Plants listen better than people but require similar love. Entry 80, Wednesday, desk hour. The inbox. A picture of my desk wrote, answer 3, not 30, eat first, return shared in neutral. EXIF, enough, continue. I obeyed and survived email without needing to perform. Casebook continued. Scenes the camera helped. Case 6, the mixed-up meeting. Image, door sign with 2 arrows. EXIF, wrong room. Right note, redirect kindly. Resolution, people arrived without friction. Case 7, the scooter in the lobby. Image, scooter leaning across the flow. EXIF, rotate 90 degrees, space restored. Resolution, scooter learned manners. Hallway exhaled. Case 8, the plant that sighed. Image, drooping leaves near the elevator. EXIF, move to window, water later. Expect gratitude tomorrow. Resolution, leaves practice standing. Case 9, the neighbor's package. Image, box in the wrong corner. EXIF, label reads 5, move near 5. Note says welcome home. Resolution, 5 felt seen. Case 10, the door that locked itself. Image, sticky latch. EXIF, call David. Oil plus patience. Do not force. Resolution, latch retired from drama. Entry 81, Thursday, kind light. The choir of receipts. We sorted receipts at Willowbrook. The camera photographed stacks with EXIF, proof of kindness, lighter wrist, blessing not verdict. Numbers can behave if you give them a job smaller than terror. Entry 82, Friday, river wind. The hat. A hat rolled by the water. The camera suggested a peg near the steps. EXIF, return stage set, reunion probable. Later a man claimed it with thanks and no story. That is my favorite kind of ending. Entry 83, Saturday, late. The upstairs ceremony. Names belong upstairs. The camera refuses to write them downstairs. EXIF, names upstairs later, verbs here now. We practice that sentence until it becomes furniture. Entry 84, Sunday, quiet. The book drop. The library drop, slot jammed. The phone took a picture of the hinge that sulked. EXIF, loosen 2 screws. Praise afterward, avoid speeches. The slot returned to work like a clerk that took a walk. Entry 85, Monday, morning. The breakfast rule. A photo wrote, protein first, headlines later. I trusted the instruction and avoided becoming a stage before noon. EXIF, day preserved, replies kind. Entry 86, Tuesday, dust, window sills again. Dust does not quit. The camera is patient. Another picture said, circles always, cloth that prefers work, complement the wood. EXIF, surfaces felt seen, room side. Entry 87, Wednesday, gentle traffic, crosswalk again. Children practiced waiting. The camera praised them without pictures of faces. EXIF, patience contagious, drivers learned, school thanked with bell. Entry 88, Thursday, lantern hour, the bench. Bench at the river. A tag on its slat read, for hands that do not know where to go. EXIF, sit first, then think. Thinking after sitting is a miracle disguised as basic. Entry 89, Friday, just after. The no that saved me. The gallery predicted a phone call that would ask for more than a favor. EXIF, Boundary now. Say no kindly. Offer later. I said no. The day stayed mine. Entry 90, Saturday, candle hour. The final rehearsal today. The last photo before sleep showed the bell rope again. Fibers shine when they are useful. EXIF. 2 notes. Doors cooperate. Nothing heroic. Epilogue. Why I am keeping this phone. Because it makes me notice chairs. Because it teaches waiting for the second bell note. Because it translates settings into sentences a day can obey. Because it respects upstairs for names and downstairs for verbs. When it retires to weather, I will file it under gratitude. Coda, weather forecast in EXIF words. Apology likely early, boundary gentle, repair on schedule, river will stay, elevator will listen, continue expected. Seasonal register, late autumn to early winter. Entry 91, Sunday, leaf crunch, the rake. A photo of a rake leaned against the building road. Start before resentment, stop before pride. EXIF. Leaves ready, wrists safe. Neighbors probable. I raked until the sound of the teeth calmed the block. Entry 92, Monday, soft cold. The scarf lending. The camera saw a basket labeled borrow a scarf return when warm. EXIF. Heat as commons, gratitude optional, moths on probation. People borrowed and returned with notes inside like seeds. Entry 93, Tuesday, blue breath. The tram heater. A picture of the tram interior road. Heaters on, windows cracked a finger, respect eyes that fog. EXIF. Temperature honest, comfort not at war with air. We rode in the treaty. Entry 94, Wednesday, dusk, the window parade. Shops lit their windows early. The camera took a gentle panorama across Ashford. EXIF. Lights employed, performances canceled, utility applauded. Beauty that works is my favorite kind. Entry 95, Thursday, low cloud. The mailbox humility. The post box swallowed a thick envelope. The gallery wrote, trust the routes. Patience in days not hours. Lighter wrist continues. I miss the old impatience less each week. Entry 96, Friday, near lantern hour. EXIF as letters. I began copying EXIF lines onto postcards and mailing them back to the places pictured. Tom pinned one that read, Exposure 1/50th becomes do not rush. Celia framed, names upstairs later. The building kept, 2 notes then quiet. The street felt annotated by decency. Entry 97, Saturday, quiet street. The alley. A photo of the alley behind Willowbrook Road. Keep path clear, trash bags tied, lids down, cats respected. EXIF. Smell improved, steps willing. Order smells like citrus and rain. Entry 98, Sunday, candle night. The forecast card. The gallery saved a card that read, chance of interruptions reduced by chairs. Carry patience. EXIF. Printed on thick paper, corners pinned with tomatoes. We followed the weather. Entry 99, Monday, first frost. The gloves again. Fingerless gloves failed their owner. The camera suggested pockets want company and wrote, lend spare pair. Return after thaw. I did. The return came with a bakery voucher shaped like gratitude. Entry 100, Tuesday, clear air. The city map. A wide shot from the hill showed the city as a puzzle that respects quiet pieces. EXIF. Noise softened. Sky cooperative. River kept the promise. The map folded itself and fit my pocket like a good rule. Manual. Sharing without showing faces. Photograph the permission, not the person. Show the sign, the chair, the cup, the dot. Keep a drawer called weather. File prints there and let them retire with dignity. When asked for proof, offer a lesson instead. Ring twice, speak slower, breathe the pause. If someone declines the camera, thank them first. Boundaries are also tools. Applaud quiet with small objects, pushpins, ribbons, dots. Keep speeches hungry. Casebook final, 5 winter scenes with decent endings. Case 11, the icy stoop. Image, grit in a bucket. EXIF, scatter before sunrise, praise afterward. Resolution, falls avoided, pride avoided too. Case 12, the noisy hinge part 2. Image, replacement screw. EXIF, shorter works, torque gentle, humor unnecessary. Resolution, hinge retired from comedy, sleep returned. Case 13, the library pencil. Image, pencil chewed. EXIF, sharpener nearby, kindness requires points. Resolution, notes in the margin became legible requests. Case 14. The bus driver's shoulders. Image, mirror angle, EXIF. Adjust seat. See pedestrians first. Breathe for then 6. Resolution, traffic, learn manners. Case 15. The neighbor's song. Image, speaker on a windowsill, EXIF. Lower before midnight. Raise after 8. Genre forgiven. Resolution, building kept harmony. Entry 101, Wednesday, bright cold. The long exposure. The camera saved a 10-second view of the river. It translated into words. Patience becomes a bridge that does not need nails. EXIF. Tripod none. Hand steady. Breath measured. I stood long enough to hear ice negotiate with current. Entry 102, Thursday, noon. The bakery line. A picture from waist height showed the line already behaving like a river with banks. EXIF. Elbows holstered. Glances kind. Order learned. The baker worked with the relaxed speed of a violinist tuning. Entry 103, Friday, twilight. The station clock. The clock was honest. Trains can also be honest. The photo wrote, meet on the platform, not the screen. Raise hand. Smile first. EXIF. Resolution human. Satisfaction durable. People met like postcards delivered on time. Entry 104, Saturday, quiet. The name on paper. I wrote my name in a notebook upstairs at the hotel and felt the air relax. EXIF. Names upstairs later. Practice respected. Downstairs, I kept saying verbs. Entry 105, Sunday night. The last gray square. A final gray square arrived with the line, it is you now. The phone slept. I placed it face down next to the cup and listened for the 2 notes that tell a room how to behave. Postscript. What the EXIF taught me to say. I am home, not my name. I am listening, not my defense. I can wait, not my hurry. I will continue, not my victory. Forecast. After this story. Consent remains likely. Boundaries stay friendly. Repairs schedule themselves. Chairs keep rescuing sentences. The river will stay. We will practice until kindness is not surprising. The gallery may rest. The day can take the picture by itself.